Man, recording stuff is hard when you're an introvert and prefer writing. But, got to start somewhere. And so, while I'm at it, I figured I'd take a break and answer some of the questions. Do the first couple of videos, maybe start with 2 or 3, see how we go. Start this Ask the Author thing moving. So, the first question I was asked, a mate of mine, goes by Grave, a member of the Digital Adventuring Party crew, had a very interesting question. First person in line, and interesting, so I figure I'll start there. His question was that I could explain how our D&D campaign, so for those who don't know, I'm also part of the DAP, Digital Adventuring Party. We stream our D&D campaigns on Twitch, and it's on all the platforms and things. I will include a link. But for those who don't know, it's technically within the same multiverse that my book series is in. The Prophecy of the Court and the Salvation series and so on. Because the books that I'm writing start with a multiverse, the main character travels from Heaven. It's weird saying it out loud, I'll have to practice it. He travels to different realms, and the idea is that the collective multiverse is known as the Tapestry. The campaign we are playing, it's a world known as Calum, and it is not a new world. It is a world within the multiverse of the Tapestry. So it's its own unique story, but the world is technically connected. And for those characters and races that have the ability to travel between the dimensions, it is entirely possible that some of them may appear in the campaign. Angels, demons in particular, the Weaver, an alchemist. Who knows? So far the story itself is separate, but the world's connected, so one day we may see both come into line. Needed that. So, another friend, cousin actually, Daniel asks, what was the catalyst behind shifting from a long novel format to a serialized shorter novel format? So, originally the book was going to be called Salvation, which had its own issues. Salvation's apparently a very popular word, so it's quite a common book title and made it quite impossible to Google search. So that was one of the reasons I changed it. It's become the Salvation series instead. The other reason is I had a very interesting conversation with a good friend of mine. She's also a very avid book reader, and she suggested the shorter format. We worked out it's much easier for new readers to get into. It's not so overwhelming, so off-putting to see, one long, solid book. And although it was originally going to be broken down into 3 acts, I realized it could actually be broken down into smaller sections and be much easier to digest, much easier to get into. They'll still be available in the larger act formats, and eventually the entire thing, maybe, depending how long it gets. But for the meantime, I aim to break it up into small ones. It gives me the opportunity to try a few different things, and it's just designed to be easier to pick up and easier to manage. Helps new readers get into it, and yeah. And we've probably got time for one more question. I'll just go with the easy one. What inspired me to write this particular fantasy series? It's not easy to narrow down one thing. It's a story I've been brainstorming and developing for a long time, and I mean a long time. I came up with the characters originally way back in high school. Had since come up with stories for those characters and ways they would interact, and it was really only after years of brainstorming with a partner of mine who hopefully one day will help write some more of this, that we decided it's one coherent story, one multiverse, all connected. Yeah, needed to see it all come together. And it got to the point where it's like, it was such a solid idea. We had it planned from start to finish, all the different characters and everything. Solid enough that it just had to happen. And I just decided one day to just do it. And the more I work on it, the more excited I get about seeing it finished, about the idea of other writers bringing in parts of their own and adding to the universe, and yeah, I really just want to see it come together. But that's it, I guess, for the first 3 questions. I'll continue this hopefully tomorrow, and I'll upload the videos every couple of days and try and get through as many as I can, and then eventually it should be an ongoing series.